Hi, my name is Shaun Pascone, and this is my story. I grew up in Northeast Philadelphia, around the area of Holmesburg and Mayfair. My childhood was a mess. I was in and out of residential homes because my mom's got TAR syndrome, so the state was convinced that she couldn't raise me, so they were trying to take me away from her. Going through all that, it wrecked her. It really did. So I was diagnosed with autism about the same time that DHS was, trying to take me from my mom. My autism definitely made me feel like an outsider at times. I remember there was a time in middle school where I was thrown into a dumpster because I was different, and they knew that I was an easy target, and they locked me in the dumpster for like a period or two. And unfortunately, this bullying actually ended up I almost took my life because of it. So in 2018, my grandmom had died. My grandmom was my best friend. I did so much with her and grew such a strong bond with her that I took her death harder than anyone in the family. I spent the first couple months depressed, and it got to the point where I started getting these urges to heal the depression. I was heavily into pornography at the time. I noticed that I was more attracted to one than the other, and that led me to an app for men to meet other men for sexual reasons. And I met this guy, and things progressed to a point where it was more than just your typical sexual relationship. So I found out I had HIV in August of 2024, which at the time they actually diagnosed me with AIDS. When I got that news, my heart dropped. I went through every possible depression stage you can think of, because I'm like, well, HIV is one thing. AIDS, to my mind, you can't cure AIDS. AIDS is a death mark. It wasn't until I met with infectious disease and they explained to me, so yes, we have to classify you as AIDS, but we have treatments and you can actually revert back to HIV as long as you stick with the treatments, and you'll live. So I had been in Bethel for a year when I got the diagnosis, and my first thoughts were, what do I do? Like, for whatever reason, I know I was loved here, but my thoughts immediately thought of other churches and how they view people who are this way, who have had a past of being in a relationship with the same gender. I freaked out for a second. I'm like, am I gonna get kicked out of the church? Eventually, I wrote the young adult leaders, and they were the first signs of grace in my life, of God's grace in my life. It could easily have gone the other way. It could have easily been, no, we don't want you here. But it didn't. The reaction is that you're not that person anymore. You have to live with this, but you have us here to get you through it. And I am so grateful for that. For the person that's not here at Bethel yet, I would say give it a chance, because if you're dealing with something like what I have or anything else, the amount of love here, it's powerful. Bethel is a special place, and you'll find that you'll get a second family through Bethel.